Hi, folks. Welcome back to the Sty Shack. Here I am, your host, Sty North. Guess what? It's story time again. Let's do a Sty story. Imagine that. It seems like Sty's just doing Sty stories lately. Well, it's a long winter, you know. I just can't get, and I'm not retired yet. Spring's not here. I can't get outdoors and do what I want. I just don't have the time. But it's coming. So in the meantime, let's just keep pounding out Sty stories, and I hope you enjoy them. Okay, this one again is suggested by Calvin over at Calvin's Corner 72. Go check him out, folks. Now you're going to say, Sty's got a thing for Calvin. He's just, it seems like he does everything that Calvin tells him to. No, you wouldn't believe the number of suggestions Calvin's given me. Now, he's not the only one. Jack Walsh has given me a bunch of suggestions, great ones. Jim Dunn has. Folks are giving me suggestions, okay, for videos. Calvin just gave so many. Plus, some of the suggestions. MT Woods Runner, Woods gave me some good suggestions. But some of those suggestions, every single suggestion I get, unless it's totally off key, gets put on my list to do a video. And they will be done. The thing is some suggestions, the setting needs to be right. Some of those, I want to do the videos outdoors on some of those suggestions. So they will have to wait until the conditions are correct for those videos to be done. So don't worry about it. Just because I haven't put yours up yet, your suggestion up yet on a Sty story or a topic, doesn't mean it's not coming. It just means that it's on the list and it's waiting for the best opportune time to do. Okay, on with this one. So Calvin's suggestion for a Sty story on this video is, what was Sty's favorite car? Okay, my favorite car. Well, I have to say, I've had so many vehicles over the years. Oh my gosh, have I had so many vehicles. It would take a half-hour video for me to just read off a list of all the vehicles I've acquired over the years. I've had old junkers all the way up to brand spanking new luxury cars. Yeah, all kinds of vehicles. My favorite car. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug, I'm going to plug right here in a picture of my favorite car. Now this picture is so identical to my favorite car that I owned. It's the exact same color, model, year, everything. It's identical to the car I had. I do not have a picture of my favorite car. I wish I did, because I'd pop that up instead of this one. But it doesn't matter, because if I popped a picture of the one I own up next to this one, I don't believe you'd be able to tell the difference. It would be very difficult for you to say, oh, well, one's one or the other. What it is, for some of you already know what it is. It's a 1963 Thunderbird. Yeah. It was a T-Bird with a big boat anchor V8 in it. Had a big 390 Ford V8 in it. And of course that big 390 had a big 4-barrel carb on it and just sucked gas like mad. Oh, that car rode good and fast, and it was sporty for its day. Well, it didn't matter that the thing burned gas. because when I owned that car, I would drive 30 miles because where I lived, gasoline was 41 cents, 41.9 cents per gallon. I would drive 30 miles out in the farm country because there was an old gas station out there. I could get gas for 34.9. So I was saving 7 cents a gallon. And I mean, fill that car up and you're saving a buck, buck and a quarter. Now $1.25 goes a long ways, especially at that time when I frequented the pubs and I could get a tap beer. Depending on the pub, I could get a tap beer for anywhere from a nickel to 15 cents for a beer. So that buck and a quarter go to keep me in beer all night. Well, my 63 T-Bird, she was a sweet ride. Oh, she was a sweet ride. The girls liked it. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, let's go out with Sty. He's going to take us to a drive-in movie in his 63 T-Bird. Yeah. I love my T-Bird. I really did. Now, I want to tell you something that is just, this is terrible. Terrible. And I'm glad this happened, a good 45 plus years ago. Don't ever do that today. No. You get in big trouble. But my T-Bird, I found I never needed windshield washers on my T-Bird. I just didn't need windshield washers. I didn't use them often, so I found them to be fairly unnecessary. So what I did was I rerouted the windshield washer line. I took the windshield washer tank out from under the hood, took it in the house, and I bleached it. I mean, I scrubbed that thing and bleached it, scrubbed it out, bleached it, went and reinstalled it. I pulled the rubber line out that ran to the windshield washers. And I ran down to the hardware store and bought myself about 6.5 feet of good rubber line. And I hooked that up to that tank. And I ran that rubber line through the firewall of the car and into the dashboard. And it stuck out from underneath the dashboard. And then I filled the tank full of premium vodka. So when I was at the movie theater, all I had to do was take my glass, put it under that rubber hose, and hit the windshield washer and fill my glass up. That's terrible, ain't it? I think so. Man, Sty, you were a bad boy. Bad boy. But that was one sweet ride. That trunk was so big you could easily stick 6 bodies in it. There were times, I was pretty cheap. I spent some money to buy the car, but after that, I was a cheap bugger. So I wasn't going to buy brand new tires. When the tires finally wore out on that car, I would just go buy used ones. And I always had anywhere from 4 to 6 spare tires in the trunk of that car. That's how many tires I could throw in the trunk of that car. So whenever I got a flat tire, I always had a spare. And back then, you get a flat tire, take it off, put one of those old skins on you got from the junkyard, throw the flat one in the ditch, and off you go. Because you just buy another one for $1.50 from the junkyard. Oh, those were the days. But yeah, Sty's 63 T-Bird. She's a sweet bird, that one was. That was my favorite car. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little Sty story and a little bit of history of Sty's rides. I got a lot of rides over the years. Some of them really sweet. Some of them were pretty scary. Some of them were pretty hot. Yeah, maybe we'll go into those someday. But for today, this met Calvin Corners 72's request, what was Sty's favorite car? And that was that bird right there. So, that wraps this up. Don't forget, over here you can poke me in the ugly mug, and then you can subscribe. And over here you can catch yourself some other Sty stories or another video that might be suggested right down here. And until we meet again, you all have a very, very nice day. Bye-bye.